Okay, I think I'm ready. Good. So, birth can be a wondrous thing even in dire circumstances. I'm pregnant. Those are words you expect to hear from your sister, maybe, or a friend. You don't normally expect them from your mother, which is where I got them 4 years ago. My mother told me, Ayana, I'm pregnant and I'm keeping it. And I wanted to feel joy because I feel like that's what you should feel when you hear that there's a new person coming into the world, but joy was not all of what I felt. What I also felt was fear. What I also felt was anger and some resentment because where we were at 4 years ago was what I would call dire circumstances. Why now? Why is my mother pregnant now? When my mother is injured, she just lost her job, we're facing eviction. When my sister's father just passed away a few months ago. When I'm preparing for the first time in my life to really go off and have my own life. And instead now I'm looking at my mother who is pregnant. And what she meant when she said, Ayana, I'm pregnant is, Ayana, we're pregnant. We're pregnant. Because in my family, her things are my things. They're our things. And so instead of thinking about going off to college, to university, something I've always wanted to do, instead I'm thinking about how to pick up a second job so I can pay more bills and put more food in the mouths of my new sibling and my little sister and my mother. Because there are no partners in this family. There are no boyfriends, there are no husbands, there's me. And so I wasn't feeling the wonder. And when we came to time of the birth, I still wasn't feeling the wonder. I was still feeling the fear. And now I have the extra fear of the birth. What if something happens? Something that I can't fix? I don't have control over this. I'm not the one who's pregnant. But I'm still there. Because in our family, mom's problems are my problems. They're our problems. So my sister and I coached my mother through her birth and still wasn't feeling the wonder. And at one point, when my mother was getting ready to push, she looked at me and she said, Ayana, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I know that my sister and the boyfriend thought what she meant was she couldn't push the baby out. But I knew that's not what she meant. What she meant was, I can't do it. I can't bring another child into this world. I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, how I'm going to take care of it. Don't know if I can be consistent enough. And in that moment, I felt the first little bit of wonder. Because I realized that she can do it. We can do it. And that's what I said. I said, no, Mom, you can do it. We are doing this. We're doing it. And so my mother had a baby. Her name is Soraya Eve. She's 4 years old now. And heaven and earth shifted for that child because she was a wonder. I was up with her for the next 24 hours while my mother slept, while my mother bathed, and I was with Soraya Eve, who is maybe the most wondrous person I know, aside from my other sister. And I realized that this was not about us being ready for her, or me being ready for her, or me preparing for her. This was about the world being full of wonder. And it could be just as much so in her life and my mother's and my own. So I went to college. I even went to grad school. I still send money home. I still spend time at home. And I still take care of my mother and my sisters. But there's never been a blessing in my life like that little person. So it turns out, birth can be a wondrous thing, even in dire circumstances. Thank you.